Dear friends, how are you? I hope you are well, and today we're gonna solve Mentor's mathematics practice materials. So in this particular PDF files there are 90 problems, but I divided it in 9 tutorials. That means each tutorials I will solve 10 mathematics, and this time I will try to address the basics. Each questions I will try to explain the related basics so you can follow well. And these PDF materials you can download from CISIA website, the official TOLC website. If you create an account, then easily you can download it. So I hope you can download, but the problem is, as I already told you, these materials in Italian language, so I have to translate it for you. But if you download, then you can do it. You can also translate, and you can find there is syllabus, so you can follow it. You just translate, just you use Google Translate from your mobile phone, then you can understand. Okay, and these are some explanation how these PDFs actually works. So I will not go to details, but you can just read them and you can understand. Okay, so I just translate it for you. However, this is part 1, Mathematica 1. So this PDF actually divided into 2 parts. So this is the first part, and we'll solve 60 problems out of 86 problems. Okay, so this is our first problem. Okay, and each options, before going into the problem, I want to discuss something like each options discussed page number is a certain page number. For this case it's 79, and B is discussed in 37. So same way, if some, like if option C is wrong, then in 26 page they will indicate to come here again and go next one. So if 47 is the right, then they will indicate go to the next page. So in this document you will find the answer, but the problem is it's randomized. So it's actually helpful to practice, because if you see the answer before practicing, in that case it's not good for well practice. For better understanding these books or the system, how they design it, it's really helpful. So this is our first problem, and let's discuss the problem. So here I translated. An equilateral triangle is inscribed in a circle. The ratio between the circumference, length, and the perimeter of the triangle is, that means we have to find out the ratio between a circle circumference and a perimeter of a triangle. So first of all I will discuss some basics. For example, what is equilateral triangle? What do you mean by inscribed? And we know the ratio. Ratio is just simply division of two term. And what is circumference, length? What is perimeter of a triangle? First of all I will discuss it, then we'll solve the problem. Okay, so what is equilateral triangle? Equilateral triangle is a certain type of triangle which has equal length, equal side length. For example, in this case you can see the side length is L, is same. Okay, so if we consider the angle between two sides, it's also same. See, all are 60 degree, and we know the summation of all angles in a triangle, of a triangle, is 180. It's always constant. Okay, whatever the triangle size is, like it could be like this, not equilateral triangle, but still the summation of the angle would be the same. So summation of the side is called perimeter. For example, perimeter is expressed by P, and for this particular equilateral triangle, if we sum all three sides or then it gives us 3L. Okay, so this is actually perimeter. If we see the definition of it, then we can say the continuous line forming the boundary of a closed geometric figure. So this is the definition of perimeter. But in case of circle, this is a circle, this point is center, and the radius of this circle is r. So for this particular circle, the perimeter is called by circumference. So circumference and perimeter actually the same term, but circumference is meant for perimeter of a circle. So just remember it. Now come to the question. So question said a equilateral triangle, this triangle is inscribed means drawn inside a circle. So inscribed inside this circle. Circle's center is C, for example, and as it is equilateral, that means the triangle has equal side length. Okay, and we denoted it by L, and this triangle has equal angle. As it is equilateral, that means the angle would be 60 degree. And if we connect the center and the vertices of the triangle, okay, if we connect this, then this line actually divide equally this angle. That means it divide 30 degree. And also same here, we can write this angle is 30 degree. Okay, this angle also 30 degree, and this angle also 30 degree. So we know a triangle makes 180 degree in total. So here we can see 30 degree and 30 degree, so 60 degree. What would be then alpha? Alpha would be 120 degree, right? Then it becomes 180 degree. So now we have to calculate the ratio of circumference of circle and perimeter of a triangle, of the triangle which is inscribed inside the circle. So first of all, let's talk about the circumference length. So circumference length is simply, we can write by equation 2 pi r. Okay, if we call it L, then L equal to 2 pi r. So this is the equation for circumference. Any given circle, if you know the r, that means the radius, then you can calculate the circumference. This is the equation. So we know L, okay, and we have to know P, perimeter. So first of all, this is the equation by which you can calculate the side length L. So just memorize it. Okay, so 2r, the value of r we do not know, because r is just we call it radius for this case, but it is not given and we don't need to know that. Just think about r, sine alpha by 2. So alpha here we found 120 degree divided by 2, so 2r, and sine 60 degree, 120 degree by 2 means 60 degree, that means sine 60 degree. So what is the value of this sine 60 degree? You can use you can memorize it from the chart. So it's actually root 3 by 2, and here 2r, so 2 we can cancel, then it becomes root 3r. Okay, so now we can write L equal to 2 pi r, and perimeter is actually 3 multiply L, because 3 sides. Okay, so it becomes 2 pi r 3 root 3 r. So we can just cancel out these two, then it becomes, okay, let's check it in the answer what we can write. So these are the options: 4 pi by 3, pi by 3, root 3 pi by 2, 2 root 3 pi by 9, 2 pi by root 3. So from the options we can see this value. Okay, we can't see this value, 2 pi by 3 root 3, we cannot see it. We have to modify it somehow. So see, okay, I'm just writing it 2 pi 3 root 3. Okay, I'm writing it here 2 pi 3 root 3. This is our value that we have calculated just right now. Now we have to find the answer. So 4 pi by 3, so 4 is the upper part, that means it can be, okay, if we just multiply 2, then we can find 4 pi and 6 root 3. Just we multiplied this numerator and denominator by 2, and so these options we cancel out. Pi by 3, it cannot be. Root 3 pi by 2, it's also not possible. How about this 2 root 3 pi by 9? So it's interesting. So how about multiply these options by 2 root root 3, then let's see what happens. So 2 root 3 pi, and in the bottom 3 root 3 root 3. So root 3 and root 3 becomes 3. This root 3 and root 3 we can cancel out, and it becomes 3. Together it becomes 3. So 3 and 3, if we multiply, then it becomes 9. Therefore we can write 2 root 3 pi divided by 9. So this value is exactly the same. Therefore our answer is option D. Okay, so our answer is 2 root 3 pi divided by 9. I hope you understood this problem. Let's move on to our next problem. Okay, let's solve this problem. So this is the questions that I solve in another video, but for continuity I will solve it again. So given a real number x, the following expression, the expression here we can see 2 power x multiply 2 divided by root over 4x plus 1 is true. So we have to just calculate and find the ratio of it, and we have to find which options actually the answer. So before solving the problem, let's recall some basic formula of logarithm. So this particular topic actually comes from logarithm and exponential chapter. Okay, and I hope you already know these two basic formula of logarithmic mathematics. So log b actually the base, okay, usually it's 10. So log bxy can be written like this: log bx plus log by. So if the context has two variable like xy, and it is multiply by each other, then it can be write like this: log b x plus log b y. So similar way, if two contexts or two variable is divided by each other like x divided by y, then it could be write log bx minus log by. So same goes with exponential problem. In case of exponential formula, we can write similar way. For example, a here is a base, it's a number, it could be 2, it could be 10, whatever, it could be 5. For example, if we can write 5xy, okay, then we can write 5x plus 5y according to the formula. Okay, similar way, 5x divided by y can be write 5x minus 5y. Now let's solve the problem. So our problem was 2 power x dot 2 divided by root over 4x plus 1. So 2x plus 2, I just keep them how it was, and then what we can write here, 4x dot 4 1 according to formula. So if power, like it's just a reverse formula. 5, look at this formula, okay, 5xy equal to 5x plus y. Same way, if the power is addition of something, 5x plus y, then we can write 5x dot 5y. Okay, we can write like this. So I just write like this, root over 4x dot 41, and then we can write 2 power x dot 2 root over 4x dot root over 4 1. Then it becomes 2 power x dot 2. So it's actually same. I mean, the upper value and lower value are the same, so the ratio of them is 1. Therefore our answer is E, option E. Okay, so this is our question number 3. An angle measures 2 radians. So here the 5 options, its sine is positive, its sine and its cosine have the same sign, the angle is acute, the tangent does not exist, its cosine is positive. So let's understand the basic first. From here we can understand what is radian angles. I hope you already know, but I want to just touch it again so that you remember. And what is acute angle? Okay, let's discuss it first. So this is a problem, comes from trigonometry chapter. You can just directly go there and you will find the related theory. So what is actually a radian? So to understand the radian, first of all you have to understand arc. Okay, so what is arc? If you consider 2 points, for example, this points A and this one points B. So the distance in between these 2 points actually called arc. Okay, arc. This arc makes an angle at the center. If we just connect these 2 points like A and center C, same way B and center C, so it will make an angle. Okay, so in a particular case, if arc length equal to the radius, for example, let's say the point E and F has a length of 5 centimeter. So the radius of this circle also 5 centimeter. In this situation, the angle produced at the center is called 1 radian. Okay, so radian is expressed by pi, and so this is the radian pi, and it is actually expressed by c. As we know, the degree is expressed by 0, so same way is expressed by c, or r, sometimes it expressed by r, whatever, it's right. So pi equal to 180 degrees centigrade. Okay, that means 1 radian equal to 180 degree divided by pi. We are actually converting a radian to degree, and here see pi, the value of pi actually 3.1416. so if we calculate it, then this is the angle. So 1 radian equal to 57.3 degree. To understand this problem, let's understand these coordinates once again. I hope you already know this. So this is a Cartesian coordinate systems, where we all know that sine, cosine, tangent, all three are the positive, okay, in first coordinates, and in second coordinates only sine is positive, third coordinates only tan is positive, and fourth coordinate only cos is positive. So why it's positive and why others is negative, maybe in future I will make another video, so I will clear it, and some of you already know it, I believe. So this is the angle, acute angle. Okay, so what is acute angle? A angle which is less than 90 degree. Okay, so this angle actually less than 90 degree, so this is called acute angle. And what is right angle? If the angle makes 90 degree, then it's called right angle. And what is obtuse angle? When it's greater than 90 degree. Okay, so in this particular problem it is told that an angle measures 2 radians. So angle, the value of angle is 2 radians. Okay, so 2 radians is actually greater than less than pi and greater than pi by 2. We can write this way, right? That means what is the coordinate of 2 radians? Second coordinate, because 2 radians is an angle which lies in between pi by 2 and pi. Okay, like second coordinate we can consider it could be like an angle like this. Okay, so and we know from these graphics, like in second coordinate sine is positive and others like cos and tan is negative. So let's go to the options, then we'll understand. So here are the options. Its sign is positive. Yes, that's true. That means our answer is A, right? Its sign is positive. The second option is its sine and its cosine have the same sign. No, cosine is not positive, so cosine is negative, so this is not the right one. The angle is acute. This is also not right, because we already discussed that angle is obtuse, not the acute angle. Its tangent does not exist. No, it's not right. You can calculate and maybe there is tan, but we don't need actually. Our answer we already got. Its cosine is positive. No, cosine is negative, so our answer is A. This gonna be question 4. In the set of real number, the inequality x power 4 plus 5 less than 0 is satisfied always. So first option is always. B, if x equal to minus 5. C, never. D, if x greater than equal minus 5. E, if x less than minus 45. Oh, sorry, not 45. It's actually minus root over 4 5. Okay, so let's find out the answer. So this particular problem actually interesting and it's very easy to understand, and this problem comes from the chapter Inequalities. Okay, you can find them from your books. So let's study some basics. So a real number x, if it has the power even, okay, so power could be like 2 or 4 or 6, whatever it is, always will get plus value. Okay, whenever x plus minus value, it does I mean, like if x is plus, it still will get plus. If x is negative, it still will get positive value. How? Let's take a look here. For example, x value of x is negative 2 and its whole square equal to minus 2 multiplied by minus 2. That means it means positive 4. And if the power is 4, in this case we can consider a situation like this. 4 negative 2 is multiply by each other, and then we first two of them gives us positive 4, and then this positive 4 and this third negative 2 gives us negative 8, and then this negative 8 with fourth negative 2 gives us positive 16. Therefore if the power is even number, then always it will give us positive value. So our problem is x power 4 plus 5 less than equal 0. But is it possible here the power of value x is a even number, therefore it would be always positive. In case x equal to 0, it will become 0, but other all numbers of x will get a positive number. Therefore it's actually not less than 0, it's always greater than 5. That means greater than 0, right? Even value of x, if like value of x is 0, in that certain situation we get the value of this term is 5, right? 5. So minimum value can be 5. So overall we can say yes, it's actually greater than 0 or greater than 5, whatever you say, but it cannot be negative number, or it cannot be less than 0. So our answer is never. Answer is C. In Italian language is mai. Mai means never. Okay, let's go our next problem. Okay, let's read out the problem. Having an equilateral triangle with a side A, an equilateral triangle B with a side 2A, the surface area of B. So surface area of B is greater than that of A, but is still less than double of that of A. 4 times that of A, greater than 4 times that of A, twice that of A, not deducible from that of A. So let's understand again some basics from here. First of all, what is equilateral triangle? I discussed it in problem number 1. I hope you already know, but still I will tell you again. And what is actually surface area? Surface area nothing but just simply area. Okay, simply yes, like a triangle like this and area of it. So let's discuss the basics. Okay, so this is an equilateral triangle. Okay, it has side L, so all sides are equal, and we know the surface area or the area can be calculated by this equation, half multiplied by base multiplied by height. So let's do this mathematics. So for this particular problem we have two geometry, two triangle. One is okay, I'm drawing both of them. Okay, so in the questions it was written that the triangle A has side length of A, triangle B has side length of 2A. We have to find out the area of B, the surface area of B, whether it is greater than area of A or less than or double. We have to find out. So let's do it. First we can do that. So area of A, area of triangle A, we can simply find it half into base into height, right? So for simplicity we can write it like this, half into B into H. Okay, so we know the base is actually A, right? For triangle A, base is A, but we do not know the height. So we can calculate the height by an equation, by another theorem. We already we all of us know that. Okay, let's draw it better way. Okay, we can draw height of triangle B as well. No, we can draw in a better way like this. Okay, perfect. So for the triangle A, let's consider three vertex E, F, G. Okay, so if we want to find out the height of this triangle, then we can consider only this triangle E, I, for example, EIG. So EIG triangle, EIG, this is a right angle triangle, right? So this angle is 90 degree. It's a right angle triangle. So from the Pythagoras theorem we know EG whole square equal to EI whole square plus IG whole square. Therefore EI, we have to find out that, so we can write EI whole square equal to EG whole square minus IG whole square. So here EG we already know A square minus IG, it's actually A by 2, because the distance of FG is A, so distance of IG would be A by 2, so A by 2 whole square. Therefore we can write A square minus A square by 4, so it becomes 4A square minus A square, so it gives us 3A square 4. Therefore the surface area we can write half into A into 3a square 4, then it becomes 3a cube by 8. Similarly, if we calculate, or if we want to find the surface area of triangle B, then we have to know the distance of base B and height, and the height distance we do not know. So similar way we can calculate from the Pythagoras theorem. In this case I am just following the previous assumptions, as so it's gonna be like height we can write EI similar way like before. I'm sorry, actually there is a mistake. EI square is equal to this value, so EI equal to root 3a divided by 2. Okay, so that means the distance of height is root 3a divided by 2. Therefore it becomes root 3a square divided by 4. Okay, now it's correct. So EI equal to, we can write simply root over two a square minus a square. So it becomes root over 4a square minus a square root over 3a. So it becomes half 2a root over 3a. So this 2 and this 2 can be cancel out, then root 3a square. So now let's compare these two value. So it seems if we multiply the surface area of triangle A by 4, then we get this. Okay, that means we can write surface area of A multiply by 4 equal to surface area of triangle B. So this is the relation. Let's find out the answer now. Greater than 4 times that of A. So our answer is C. Okay, so it's done. Let's go with problem number 6. So these problems seems very simple, but actually not. You have to be always critical to find out the answer. Like you should not think, oh, this is very easy, or simply you can say the answer, but actually not. You have to be thoughtful. Okay, so never just assume it's a simple questions. So arrange the three numbers 7 root over 47 and root 3 plus root 2 sevens in ascending order. So we know ascending order, right? So it's like a smaller number to a greater value. For example, 2, 4, 6, it's an ascending order. So we have to find out who is the smallest value and which one is the greatest value. We have to find out. So the 7, is very simple to guess. The 7 is the largest number, because if we compare here, root over 47, what is the value of 49? Is 7, right? So here is the 47 is less than 49, therefore it is less than 7. So if we compare these two, then we can simply say that 7 is greater than root over 47. How about this one? We don't know. Let's do it. So in this kind of problem, we can solve like this. Like this is our 3 value. If we square them, all of them, then we find 47, 49, 47, and in this particular case we have to be thoughtful, like root over 3 plus, here we can write root over 27, we can write this way, like 9 multiply 3, then it becomes 27. So we can write root 3 plus 3 root 3. We can write like this. Therefore we can write a square plus 2ab plus b square. This is the formula we all know. So we can write 3 plus 2 a b plus b square. So b square becomes 9 3. So 3 plus this root over root 3 and this root 3 combinedly becomes 3. Therefore 2 and this 3 is 6, and multiply with 3 is 18 plus 9 and 3 27. So it becomes 48. Is that correct? 8 5 is 15, 8 and 7 is 15, and 3 is 18. Yes, it's 48. So now let's compare 49, 47 and 48. Therefore we can write 47 is the smallest value, 48 is the greater than 47 but less than 49. Now we can compare, like 47 it was root over 47, 48 it was root 3 plus root 27, and 49 it was 7. Okay, so this is our ascending order. So let's find out the answer. Our option is B, root over 47, root over 3 plus root over 27 plus root over plus 7. Okay, so this our answer. Okay, so this is our problem 7. So let's read. The inequality 3 root x cube plus 8 less than 0 is true if and only if x less than equal minus 1 for no real value of x, if and only if x less than minus 2, if and only if x less than 0, if and only if x less than 1. So let's solve this problem. So this is a problem from algebra, and we already know some basics I discussed in previous problem. So any real number x, if it has power odd, okay, a power which is odd, then we'll get negative value for negative value of x. positive value for positive value of x. For example, minus 2 power 3, we can write like this: minus 2 multiply minus 2 multiply minus 2, and the first two negative 2 gives us positive 4, and then this positive 4 and the last negative 2 gives us negative 8. So answer is negative 8. So whenever power is an odd number, we can always assume that if the value is negative, the outcome will be negative. Okay, so let's solve the problem. So in this problem it was written x cube 8. I'm not sure, let me check it. X power 3 plus 8, x power 3 plus 8 less than 0. So let's solve it. So we can simply opt out, or how about first consider it equal. Okay, plus 8, let's think the both sides are equal. Usually inequality problems is solved this way. Okay, first we have to think it's equal, like both left hand side and right hand side are equal. Then we will try to find the value of x, and then we'll put again inequality sign, then we can find the answer. Okay, so in this particular problem, take a look here. 3 root, okay, a root over whose base is 3. So we can simply opt out by cube the value both side. So this terms becomes 0 and these terms becomes x cube plus 8 equal to 0. Therefore it can be written that x cube equal to negative 8. So negative 8 means minus 2 power 3. Then we can write x equal to minus 2. Now it's time to put the inequality sign. So x negative, here, okay, x less than negative 2. So I just put again the less than sign instead of equal sign. So this is our answer. That means if value of x less than minus 2, then we'll get always a value of this term which is equal to 0. Okay, so our answer is option C. Here, if and only if x less than minus 2. The C is our answer. So this is problem number 8. A careful motorcyclist during a journey of 600 km also uses the spare tire in such a way that at the end of the trip all 3 tires experiences the same wear and tear. So what is the wear and tear? I will recommend you search Google and find it. So wear and tear actually distraction of the tire. Okay, how much it was reduced, or because of the journey, how much it was distracted. How many kilometers will each tire have traveled at the end of the journey? So remember, how many tires here? A motorcycle has 2 tires itself. Like for example, this is a motorcycle. I'm not well at drawing, but this is a motorcycle, and which has 2 tires, and there is another tires which is a spare. A spare tire means a tire kept at a spare. Okay, so a spare tire also here. Then let's find out the answer. Okay, So total distance is 600 kilometer, and he used these 3 tires such a way that all tire has an equal distraction. So we have to find out the how many kilometers will each tire have traveled at the end of the journey. Of course, it's very simple to say that these all 3 tires will travel exactly the same amount of distance. For example, it could be 100, it could be 200, or it could be 300. We don't know. But some of you simply say, oh, it should be 200 because there are total distance is 600, then it would be simply 200, but actually not. Because okay, let's try it. Let's discuss it in details, then you will understand. The motorcycle always has 2 tires on operational. That means if the distance, the total distance is 600, then by this tire the travel will be 600, and by the second tire the travel distance will be 600. In this case we do not consider the third one. Okay, let's consider only 2 which are operational. It could be third and 2 in some cases, but for now just now think that in operational always will be there 2 tire. That means total distance actually not 600, is actually 600 plus 600, so it's 1200. Now these 1200 will be divided among 3 tires. We have another spare tires, so 3 tires. So it's very simple. 1200 divided by 3, so each tire will travel 400 kilometer distance. Now it's still, like, if still someone have doubt about this answer, then let's try it this way. So our total distance, okay, our total distance is 600, right? And we have 3 tire. We can name them A, B and C, and we can divide this total distance by 3. For example, like this is 200 marks, this is 400 marks, 400 kilometer, and this is 600 kilometer. So for example, the first cases, let's say tire A and tire B was in operational. That means after reaching this 200 kilometer, tire A and tire B will travel 200 kilometer, right? Then let's change tire B with C. So in this case, operational tire is A and tire C. So tire A has already traveled 200 kilometer. So at this position, tire A will travel 400 kilometer, and tire C will travel 200 kilometer, right? Now let's change tire A with B. Okay, so that means last 200 kilometer will be traveled by tire B and tire C. So in this situation, tire B will have 400 kilometer, and tire C also will travel in total 400 kilometer. So all 3 tires in this way will travel equally 400 kilometer, and the motorcyclist will reach 600 kilometer distance. So our answer is 400 kilometer. I hope you understood this problem. Okay, this is interesting because many of you just will say, oh, it's 600, so let's divide it by 3, then you will find 200 kilometer, but actually not. Our answer is B, 400 kilometer. With respect to an orthogonal Cartesian reference OXY, the equation of the axis of the segment with endpoints 0, 0 and 2, 2 is. So we have to find out the equation, and the information given in the question is it's a plane, Cartesian reference plane. We know this is the Cartesian coordinate system. So 0 x y means this is the value O, and x y, that means 0, 0. Okay, x and y. X is the x represents the x axis, y represents y axis, and the center is O, which has 0, 0 value. Okay, and the equation of the axis of the segment with endpoints, that means two endpoints, is given. For example, A is 0, 0 or O, we can say, and B or OA is 2, 2. So we have to find out an equation which is actually a axis that segments or went through the midpoints of these 2 points, 0, 0 and 2, 2. So let's discuss it here. So this is a problem from geometry and Cartesian coordinates. Geometry basically the main chapter, and Cartesian coordinates and a straight line is the sub chapter. So the theory here I discussed, actually you have studied in your 11 or 12th grade. Let's say the endpoints xy, x1 and y1, x2 and y2. So this is an endpoint A and this is endpoint B. Okay, so if we connect them, the midpoint of these 2 points would be x1 plus x2 divided by 2. So this is the value of x, and y1 plus y2 divided by 2, this is the value of y. So the equation of a straight line having slope m and going through a point x1 and y1 is y minus y1 m x minus x1. So this is another formula. These two formula we need today to solve this problem. So let's understand the problem once again. So a coordinate system was given. I drew already, but I'm drawing again. Okay, this is our coordinate system. How about drawing it like this? Yeah, so this is our coordinate system. X axis, y axis, a point O 0, 0 and another point A 2, 2. So if we connect O and A, yeah, we can connect it. So O and A is the endpoint of the line OA. Now the axis of this OA okay, so we can consider a midpoint here. This is our midpoint, for example, and midpoint would be simply 1 by 1 yes, 1 by 1. That means the x value is 1, y value was 1, and we simply do that using the equation 2 plus 0 divided by 2, 2 plus 0 divided by 2. We simply do like this. So another straight line, if passes through this midpoint, then we have to find the equation. So in the problem we were asked to find the equation of this line. So this line actually perpendicular with OA line, and it passes through the point midpoint 1, 1. So first of all we can write the equation y minus y1 equal to m x minus x1. This is our equation. So we know the points, midpoints 1 1, but we don't know the slope m. So to find the slope we can use this equation, the distance of y, like y we can consider this is y1, this is y2, and this is x1 x2, for example. Don't be mixed up with this y1. This y1 means actually the value of coordinates of midpoints. Okay, this equation is different, like don't mix up with this. Sorry, I wrote it's wrong way. This is x1 y1, sorry, I'm sorry, and this is actually x2 y2. So I'm saying it again, this y1 is actually a formula. It represents a points x1 y1, and in this particular case it's 1 by 1. And here for understanding I write 2 points x1 y1 x2 y2, and simply for calculating the slope we can use this formula, y1 minus y2 divided by x1 minus x2. So it becomes 0 minus 2, 0 minus 2, so 1. So our slope is 1. So slope, this m actually doesn't represent the slope of this line. Okay, this slope actually slope of OA line, and these slopes actually slope of perpendicular line with OA. So as this line is perpendicular of OA, so slope simply negative 1 minus 1. Okay, and this is actually the basic formula, maybe you can study from your books. Now we can write y minus 1 equal to minus 1, x minus 1. Therefore it becomes y minus 1 minus x plus 1. Then we can write this way, x plus y equal to 2. So this is our answer. Then let's go up. Yeah, D is our answer. Our last problem in this tutorial is question number 10. Okay, so it was not translated, but it's simply we can understand this equation we have to solve and we have to find the correct answer. This problem maybe I solved somewhere, maybe in CISIA practice material, English practice material, non the Italian one. Let's do it again actually. So 81 divided by root over 64, 81 divided by root over 64, and whole power is 1 by 4. We have to find out the value. So 3 power 4, it's 81. Is that correct? Yes. And root over 64 we can write root over 64. Yeah, let's write this way, 1 by 4, 1 by 4. Then we can write 3 4 into 1 by 4, and eight root over 64 equal to 8 and 1 by 4. So it becomes 3 divided by 8, 1 by 4. But look at here, no options is similar to this, like 3 root over 2. It can be answer 3 2 root 2. Okay, this problem seems similar to this, because if we multiply 8, then it becomes like this, 24, and at bottom we can write 1 plus 1 by 4. So it becomes 24, 8, 4 and 5. So our answer is C. Thank you so much for having with me. Let's see you again with next 10 problems, problem number 11 to 20. Until now, practice as much as you can, and I would suggest you not only practice but look at the basics. Okay, go with your books and study a lot with the books. Try to understand what is written. Just doing mathematics is not enough. Doing like solving a lot of problems is not enough unless you are not good at basics. So once you are very good at basics, then you can easily solve any kind of problems. Okay, so please subscribe my channel and like and share with your friends. So it's actually giving me motivation to make videos for you. So please consider and let me know your comments, your suggestion on the comment section. I will answer you. So thank you all and see you again.